Hello, Steel City Surge fans. Kippy here, your coach of the Steel City Surge, back for Week 2 of WPF. We're coming off of a very strong Week 1 win against Adamu, and this week we have another returning foe. We are taking on Oro and the Miami Masterpieces. We faced them a couple of times. They have a pretty scary team, I would say. More so the core is kind of scary. Some of the other mons are not quite as scary, but it's a very difficult team to try to build for regardless. The team consists of Garchomp, Terra Iron Moth, Rotom Wash, Clefable, Bramblegast, Terra Meloetta, Talonflame, Terra Bisharp, Copperajah, Phalanx, and Baxcalibur. So, pretty scary team. I can see basically the top 3 coming, maybe Meloetta, Bramblegast, Talonflame surely come for hazard removal support, something like that most likely. I can see Bisharp maybe making an appearance, maybe Baxcalibur, and Clefable. I don't really see Copperajah or Phalanx coming. If Phalanx comes, it's going to be a no-retreat bot, and we can work around that with some of our builds. But I'm mainly concerned about like Terra Iron Moth with Terra Ground, Terra Meloetta, and that Garchomp that's over there too. Those are the 3 main concerns I have with this team. It's mainly a bulky offensive team. If Baxcalibur shows up, I have to be very aware of that with Snow. But let's get into our build for this week. We're going to start off, you can see the entire team on the left-hand side there. We have Shaymin-Sky as our first mon. We're rocking heavy-duty boots this week. We have Seed Flare, Air Slash, Earth Power, and Healing Wish, and obviously Serene Grace is our ability. We have enough speed to outspeed everything on my opponent's team, barring any booster energy speeds, or scarfs, or Tailwind, or anything like that. So we should outspeed everything. We hit the majority of stuff, for neutral or super effective damage between Seed Flare, Air Slash, and Earth Power. And then Healing Wish is there for healing capabilities for like King Gambit or Titan for late game potential sweeps. But this is mainly going to be a chipper, maybe a cleaner, depending on the scenario of the game that we're in. So it's going to do a lot of damage. That's basically what Shaymin-Sky usually does. Maybe not last week, but that is the main goal of Shaymin-Sky for this week. Coming into our next mon, we do have Glowking making another appearance. We're holding the Shuka Berry this week to take a singular ground-type attack from Terra Ground, Terra Blast Iron Moth. Garchomp with its Stab Earthquake is pretty scary. We can potentially, if we do see like Earthquake on Baxcalibur, take one, or Copperajah, we can take one pretty easily with Shuka. But we're mainly a defensive, like especially defensive Glowking, because Iron Moth without Terra can't really harm us. Maybe with a Psyshock it could, but it does. I don't believe it gets Psyshock. I believe it only gets Psychic. So that could do some damage, but it's not going to do that much. And with Regenerator, we can easily heal up all of that from us, all that damage. We are running Future Sight this week because outside of that Bisharp, nothing else really wants to take a Future Sight. Ice Beam for the Garchomp, for the Bramblegast, and just to do some nice little chip on those mons that kind of want to sit in and deal some damage to Glowking. We also have Chilly Reception for a slow pivot. If we do not see Baxcalibur there, we can click that freely whenever, just because no other mon can really get a nice type boost from that. And then we have Toxic Spikes, because the only removal mons are Talonflame and Bramblegast. Both are semi-likely to show up this week, but Toxic damage or even Poison damage is really nice to the majority of this team, so should be nice residual stuff outside of like Spikes or Stealth Rocks that can do some nice damage for us. So our next mon is going to be King Gambit. We're rocking Terra Flying this week, not as a primary Terra, but as like a secondary Terra to Titan, and I'll get into that in a little bit. We're rocking Lumberry because Rotom Wash with Will-O-Wisp is really annoying. Also, Flame Body and Will-O-Wisp from Talonflame can be very annoying. So really want to try to avoid that, and then even like Thunder Wave from Clefable can be kind of annoying. Same with Rotom Wash if it really wants to go for it. So Lumberry is there for status. We were running Max Attack, Max HP with Supreme Overlord. Defiant didn't really work out for us too good last week. Supreme Overlord could have given us some more advantages there. I could run Defiant this week in the idea that Talonflame is a defogger, but I don't really see it coming all that much. So it's probably not likely that defog even shows up if it comes. It's probably going to be heavy-duty boots, so... And even then, we don't really have a whole lot of hazards, so I'm not too worried about it. We're running Sucker and Kowtow, main staples, even Iron Head and Low Kick just for maximum damage output for late game. We can basically hit everything for neutral or super effective damage, more or less, with this moveset, so that's mainly what we have here. Again, late game cleaner, potential physical wall breaker. I have another physical wall breaker that I think works a lot better, and we'll get into it in a little bit. Next up, we have Screamtail, rocking Leftovers this week. Very defensive, very supportive set this week. Running Wish, Encore, Dazzling Gleam, and Stealth Rock with that Photosynthesis ability because it can't really do much else. Rocking just enough speed to outspeed Garchomp. We are not outspeeding Iron Moth this week because we can't really damage it with our moveset, and I don't really see a point in trying to outspeed a booster speed Iron Moth at the moment. We are mainly physically defensive anyway, so we're not going to really take a hit from it. We're rocking Encore so we can catch like a Scale Shot from Garchomp into us, or if it tries to like Swords Dance or some like set up hazards or something like that, we can essentially Encore it into that move, so it's stuck using that for a little bit. We have Rocks here just to get up some hazards, try to force some hazard removal play from Talonflame or Bramblegast if they show up, and then Wish is there for Wish support. So Dazzling Gleam is our main attacking move. There's a couple of Mons on my opponent's team that don't really like taking a Dazzling Gleam, 2 of which are probably not going to show up, but it's nice to have there for stab. And a way to damage Garchomp too, if we do get into a 1v1 against it. Next up, we have Cyclizar. This is our main hazard remover, basically on the entire squad. So, I mean, outside of Frostmoth, but we're raining heavy-duty boots this week so we can take those residual hazard damage and not really care about it. Running Regenerator with enough speed to outspeed Iron Moth, pre-booster, or anything like that. With Knockoff, Rapid Spin, Temper Flare, and U-Turn. Now, the reason we have Temper Flare on this set, this is a pretty standard set outside of Temper Flare, it's to punish a Bramblegast switch-in for Rapid Spin. So, if the cool thing about this set is we have enough attack where a Rapid Spin and then it's following Temper Flare doubles the damage of Temper Flare because the previous move failed, and we can basically OHKO a max HP Bramblegast. So that is the main idea with this guy. Do lots of damage, remove items, remove hazards, do damage to Bramblegast, remove items, remove hazards, pivot out, regenerate, all that fun stuff. That's the main idea with Cyclizar. Probably not going to do a whole lot in this matchup, but it'll do enough to help us get the win, ideally. And lastly, this set, I give a lot of credit to Nova Blader for this set, for Cetitan. It's a very similar set, almost identical, I would say, to a set that he used in one of his matches recently. This Cetitan is Terra Ghost with an Assault Vest. This is also Thick Fat. Now, the reason we are Thick Fat with an Assault Vest and Terra Ghost is so that we can essentially, more or less, hard wall Iron Moth. And we can just straight up OHKO it with an Ice Shard. So, we also have Ice Spinner, Play Rough, and Earthquake. I originally had Knockoff on this and switched it for Ice Spinner because, I'll be honest, Knockoff kind of was redundant with Cyclizar. Cyclizar is a little bit better of a Knockoff user, and Ice Spinner gives us a more consistent damage range into some more Mons. So it gives us a better Ice Stab move that we can use. Considering we are Terra Ghost as a more defensive Terra typing this week, I wanted something else that could do more consistent high-end damage. Try to get some more HP removed from my opponent. So that's mainly what that switch was, but this thing should do a lot of damage to basically everything on my opponent's team. The one thing I could see being a problem with it is Talonflame, but again, I don't really see it coming, and I have Cloaking, I have Screamtail that can kind of come in and more or less sit on it a little bit and try to annoy it. Even Cyclizar should be able to do something to it, so I'm not super concerned about that. That is the squad, though, for this week, for week 2 against Oro. I will see you guys at the start of the battle. Thank you guys for watching this team builder portion, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace. Hello, Steel City Surge fans. Skippy here, coach of your Steel City Surge, back for week 2 of WPF Delta. So, we have not exactly the team I was expecting. We see Phalanx. That's kind of scary. And Copperaja. We also see Baxcalibur. And no Garchomp. We also see no Brambleghast or Talonflame. Okay. And Terra Ghost on Iron Moth. So that's a little scary. That means Terra Blast is going to do a lot more damage. I do like my Glow King lead still. Good luck, have fun to Oro. Terra Blast is still doing not that much, but that just means knockoff is less effective for me. Okay, good luck, have fun to Oro. Copper Raja is the lead. It is a little bit annoying. It does mean it gets rocks up kind of for free. How much is a Sheer Force, Life Orb, Earthquake, and an Adamant, Max Attack, Copper Raja doing? Like half? Okay. I do like going for a Toxic Spikes right away. We outspeed. It's probably a speed tie then. Let's go for rocks. That's fine. I am going to go for a Future Sight. Does stay in. Knock off. Okay, so we lose our Shuka and a lot of HP. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Okay. Knock off. That's not Life Orb Sheer Force. Because that would have KO'd. And if it is, it's not max attack. I did down to 142. It did 64%. What other abilities does this thing have? Heavy Metal? Be Heavy Metal. Yeah, it's probably Heavy Metal with no investment. Okay. Do I go into Cyclozar here? I could probably go into Cyclozar. Yeah. I'm gonna go into Cyclozar. Heavy Slam could KO though, which would be a problem. Iron Head, okay. That's a crit and it's an Oko. Are you kidding me? That's really not good. Okay. I really don't like that. That was an Iron Head too. Iron Head crit onto Cyclozar is insane. I know it's not Sheer Force. I think I go into Skyman here. Oh, I am very frustrated already. I am very frustrated already. If you're Shuka, that's fine, I think. You do stay in, you're not Shuka. It does not do half even. You go for an Iron Head. Does not KO us, but it's going to take Future Sight too. So you're now within range. That's fine. You're in range. You're in range of an Earth Power now. So that means you have to go into Rotom. You could go into Baxcalibur, but I just go into Screamtail then. Man, I'm starting off on a very bad foot right now, and I'm not happy. I'm pretty sure that crit mattered on Cyclozar. Yeah, that crit absolutely mattered on Cyclozar. Oh, man. That's back-to-back weeks of getting O-code with a crit. Clefable, okay. Clefable does get poisoned. It could be Magic Guard, we'll see. That does not... That's a crit too, okay. You see leftovers on you, that makes sense. It is Magic Guard, okay. I could do a lot of damage with Seed Flare here. Moonblast does 36. I'm at 114. I don't think I can live. Yeah, no, I can't really live a Moonblast. I think I just go back into Glow King here. Yeah, Moonblast. You take that very well. I do like going for another Future Sight here. The good thing is, we should be able to deal with Iron Moth pretty easily with Glow King now. We just need to keep it healthy. Wish, okay. That means the Titan's gonna take a lot of damage when it switches in first turn. I mean, I know I outspeed Copperaja at least, so I should be able to freely go into Titan here. Right? Pre-Terra Titan should be able to take basically anything. I'm okay with swapping in here. We do see a switch into what? The bar. Is this the Bax Caliber? No, it's a Copperaja. That's what I thought. Okay. So I like this switch a lot. This is an aggressive switch. I can get my Terra off right away. I am going to take 24% or 25% from rocks, but that's fine. That Wish is going to do a good amount, but I don't think you're in... I think you might be in range of an Earthquake. A knockoff could do a lot, though. Especially if it's bulky. And you could do half, and then I don't really deal with Iron Moth as well, but I don't really deal with Iron Moth anyway. I'd also do not want to take an Iron Head from this thing without Terra. Yeah, I don't want to take an Iron Head without Terra, so I'm okay with just going for an EQ here in Terra. Does stay in. If I can... I mean, this might not do as much as I want, but I'm going to go for it anyway. That's a lot of damage. Whirlwind. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I get a lot of damage back onto that Copperaja. I get my Terra off. We see King Gambit come out. Okay. So we are going to reveal that we are going to reveal... that we're Supreme Overlord here. I can... Okay. Glow King takes out Copperaja. That is a pretty big threat taken out, which is good. But the problem is... something like Phalanx can come in here. Vocal Robots, that's a Volcarona. Or, not the Volcarona, but... you, and the poison spikes go away now. You are booster? What booster are you? Booster speed. Okay, that's what I figured. That means we can live a Fiery Dance. I can go for a Kowtow into Sucker. I should be able to live... I should be able to live a Fiery Dance. If you go for a Fire Blast, though... I don't live a Fire Blast. I don't know what the odds are of you clicking Fire Blast, though. Your booster speed... I really like going for a Sucker here. But I think I'm gonna Kowtow. You do go for sub, okay. I made the right play there. I made the right play. I made the right play. Made the right play going for the attacking move. I am not letting you get a free sub up with plus speed, or booster speed Moth. So you have sub. I'm assuming you have Terra Blast. I'm going to go for another Kowtow because we should be able to take you out with that into a Sucker, and I don't want you to get a free +1. Or not free +1, but a free sub. Fiery Dance, we live that. We always live that. Yes. Okay. We're gonna take out the Iron Moth. That's good. Thank goodness. Alright, we took out the Iron Moth. Okay. Terra threat neutralized. The only threats I see left are that Phalanx and the Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur should be able to be neutralized by Screamtail, barring a Dragon Dance. Although I don't think it... I can't remember if it gets Dragon Dance or not. 6 pistols. It is the Phalanx. Okay. Now, my problem is no retreat. Say this has Iron Head, 252, Adamant, +1. It's doing a little over half to Screamtail. I don't know if I can make another play at the moment, though. Adamant +1 speed does not outspeed Skymin, though. I'm going to go into Screamtail and hope you don't automatically go for the +1. I also don't know exactly what your item would be. High horsepower, okay. That's fine. We take that very well. Okay. High horsepower did... like 25% maybe. That's definitely like close to Adamant max attack. We're at 300 now and we have leftovers, so it did a little, it did like roughly 25% or so. I am very okay with going for my own stealth rocks here. +1 Adamant. Phalanx does a lot more with Iron Head. So I am very okay with just clicking rocks here and getting that up. And just chipping down Baxcalibur, forcing it to be boots. I need to keep Echidna very healthy for that Baxcalibur, though. So I need to wish next turn. You go for no retreat. You do go for no retreat. Okay. I probably should have gone for the Gleam there. And I'm pretty sure you have to be Jolly. You would have to be Jolly so you can outspeed Skymin. I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here. You already outspeed me, so I have to use Echidna now, unfortunately. So, Rock Slide, okay. That is not a lot of damage at all. And that does half, okay. Rock Slide is an interesting bring. Okay, I can wish here. I'm at 252. I don't believe I'm at 252. I'm at 58%. I live in Ironhead if you're Jolly. Which I think you're Jolly. And you're kind of stuck in this. So, high horsepower, Rock Slide, no retreat. That's a lot of damage. Okay. 252 to 104, so... You did... 252... 58% down to 24%, so that's 34%. I'm at 131 now. How much does Rock Slide do to Skymin? It could KO. I could go into Titan, then we... A Play Rough would KO with Titan. I do like that. I'm gonna go into Titan here. It's my best play. I can't risk Echidna going down. I can't risk a miss. I can't try to fish for a miss. Rock slide, that's fine. We live that. And then we get all that HP back from Echidna. 352. 73%. So I should be able to live basically everything, and Play Rough should do a lot of damage. High horsepower, and it's a miss. Okay. That is really big for me. We get the KO with Titan. Okay. Thank goodness. The thing was sweet potential. So now we have Rotom, Baxcalibur, and Clefable left. We do have rocks on the field, so we'll be able to see if this is Heavy Duty Boots, Baxcalibur, or not. The problem is, Echidna is not very healthy. An Ice Skull Crash from Baxcalibur definitely KOs us if it is Max Attack Adamant. It's the Rotom. Okay. Rotom is not Boots. This is probably Will-O-Wisp. I am just gonna go into Glow King here. I still cannot Chili, unfortunately, but I can go for another Future Sight if I need to. Yep, that's Will-O-Wisp. Okay. That's fine. I think Glow King Burned is better than anything else on my team right now. How much does Baxcalibur take from a Future Sight? 40%? Yeah. Everything, like, does not like a Future Sight right now. Volt Switch. It's fine. Volt Switch was expected on you. This is a very interesting endgame. Fingerprints. It's the Baxcalibur. Is it Boots? It is not Boots. Okay. I think I just want to go for an Ice Beam on you because you're going to Dragon Dance anyway. And I'm pretty sure if I have 2 down, a Sucker does do a lot of damage, but... this is a bad spot for me. This is a bad spot. Unfortunately, Echidna does not outspeed Baxcalibur after +1. How much would I need you to be down? Like 3 down? Okay. I'm gonna Ice Beam and just do damage. Ice Skull Crash, you are gonna go for it. That is gonna pick up the KO on Glow King, that's fine. I can bring in Echidna for free and get off a Wish. I'm at 77 right now. 17%. I can live an Ice Shard. That depends if it's banded, I live. Or if it's banded, I get off a Dazzling Gleam. I'm gonna go for Dazzling Gleam. I think you go for Ice Shard, yeah. We live on 2! Echidna, you're doing enough damage! And there's the Future Sight. Okay, that's in Gambit range. That is in King Gambit range. I'm letting Screamtail go down to Baxcalibur. I think you might be into Titan range now. 73%, plus 8% from rocks. It's close. It's very close. I don't think Sucker Punch does. I don't think Sucker Punch has the highest priority. It's +1 priority. This is a very close game. I need to go into Titan and hope we can live. What are we at? 292. 60%? I don't think we live a Glaive Rush. But I think you're at like 20%. I can't go for an Ice Short reliably. I'm gonna go for an Ice Spinner and hope that we live and you don't go for Glaive Rush. I don't think you go for a Glaive Rush. I think you have to, well, you might have to go for a Glaive Rush, but we don't KO. You do go for Glaive Rush. Ugh. We're gonna lose. We're gonna go down to Baxcalibur, man. If only I wished. If I had wished on that one turn. If I had wished on that one turn, I absolutely would have won this. If I wished instead of Dazzling Gleams, I would have won. GG's to Oro, man. I'm so frustrated. Another week of a crit Oko mattering that much. I am so unbelievably mad right now. I am so mad. Can I please not get crit for an Oko that matters once? I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love that. Those rocks absolutely mattered in the end, and I am so frustrated by that. I hate RNG so much. RNG is never in my favor. Yes, I got a crit or two in my favor, but that didn't matter nearly as much as that crit on Cyclozar. I am so unbelievably pissed about that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed my crash out at the end. Join me next week for week 3. Peace.